It's 5:32 in the morning, but I'm gonna be using the time of 5:30 just to kind of round it down a little bit. And this is just a short video about me backing up what I've said in my previous content. So Facebook, or excuse me, Meta, has come out speaking about their new chat GBT, artificial intelligence, right? And how they are going to be improving their GBT to where you're going to have all kinds of options, including being able to make a version of your own self, basically an avatar, right? Now, what have I said about Facebook and what it was going to be used for in future times? What did I say about the virtual reality world of heaven on earth, the New Jerusalem? Well, the books of judgment, Facebook. Yes. And so I'm just trying to back up what I've already stated. Um, yeah, that's good enough. Screw it.
Has upheld their agreement after the UAW strike last year. Experts say these layoffs could make things even worse.
Gee, what was I saying about the auto workers unions? Yeah.
Stellantis says they're laying people off.
So, gold prices are on the rise. Surprisingly, they're not saying anything about silver yet. But of course, that's, part of prophecy or soon to come prophecy involving gold and silver, right? Okay, now, you see this? We're just headed that much further into the digital age, more technology to screw up our lives. And, we get some fun feel after all the reports on all the shootings, all the deaths. This is just such nonsense anymore. Mainstream media and how they operate with it through their narratives and this right here is just evidence of the nonsense, because they always have to follow up with all their disaster talk and doom and gloom with, something so cute. Yeah. And okay, let's not forget about the fakery of weather forecasting. People, how much more can I go on? Describing prophecies through a constructed book that apparently has great ties to that Freemason society. And no, we are not talking about masonry or being employed as a mason in whatever field, because it does not just involve, brick builders. Masonry, especially within the Freemason society, covers a lot of professions, if you will. Now then, hurricanes. Are they made, created by man? What's up with Oklahoma and their insurance policies? Have you looked into that one? Oh, let's go ahead and go with the train derailment in Ohio a little while back, and now they've got a settlement for those that live in or around East Palestine, where the train derailment happened. Oh, but what about all the people in the surrounding areas? Because they've already stated that all these chemicals were up in the air, and the long-term effect over people miles and miles and miles and miles away. Oh, where's their compensation? Huh? Just like with Google and this anti-lawsuit or antitrust lawsuits, you know, the second one that they've been on now. What are you going to get out of it? Seriously, you want to continue trusting technology, especially technology that's in the hands of the wrong people, such as Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk? And Congress thinks that they, you know, oh, well, we need to come out with control measures for AI. Yeah. Google came out already and said, hey, we let our AI program run amok. And now everybody's using it, so that AI program is learning more and more about you. And why? Oh, maybe to create a new you in the future. And, you know, with all the information that they've got on people, I mean, you know, out there in a secret mountain vault, which isn't all that secret anymore, they've been gathering information from people around the world from the time of their birth until the time of their death. And it's been going on since, what, 1952? Oh, and they claim, oh, well, it's because we don't want anybody to, you know, nobody's soul to leave this planet without being officially baptized, even if it's, you know, we want to save these people's souls. And, and so we're going to have a stand-in for a person that, you know, never been baptized or whatever. And therefore, we can go ahead and ensure their life after death. Okay? Well, whose business and priority is it to save your soul against your will? Well, it seems like you know, a lot of nonsense over, you know, their claims. No, it is for future use. Just like everything on Facebook, everything on YouTube, anything, you know, all of your past history is known, people. And there's organizations out there that is keeping track of each and every person that is within a so-called civilized community, regardless of where that is. You need to wake up to this. Oh, I want to go on more and more. But you know what? I'm already starting to realize that my channel's doing nothing, going nowhere. Well, as far as the channel itself going nowhere, I really don't care. You know, I used to. But, you know, if you really understand what's going on today, if you really understand those so-called prophecies, which I have tried to show over and over and over, even Nostradamus, you know, I've proven myself, just me, that one of his prophecies came true. Well, go back in my content and you'll see it. But nobody, you know, and whether it's this platform that's actually, you know, uh, shadow banning me so my content can't be seen. I mean, it's kind of crazy, you know, when, oh yeah, go check out my new playlist over the possums and see how many views that I've gotten just on 3 possum videos. Check out the views over my cat videos and then compare them to my other content and the views there. I don't care about views. I'm just exposing that much more. And that's all I do is expose after I do my observations. But yet, you know what? Where's it going? Where is it going? You know, I have lost everything since I've been doing this. Everybody that I used to socialize with. Oh, he's crazy. Oh, they're you know, the nonsense and stupidity that's going on in this community about me that I no longer, you know, I have nothing to do with anybody here. In fact, I have virtually nothing to do with anyone. You know, you got to be careful about what you say, because what you say, you manifest. And when I say that, hey, you know, I'm a lone wolf, and not to be, you know, under that definition that, you know, this kind of stuff here that we are seeing, you know, the definitions and narratives that they provide. No, I have a lone wolf mentality because it works best for me, and apparently it doesn't work for anybody else. Yeah, that's a little bit of a rant. And if anybody watches it, cool. If not, cool. Like I said, over 1,500 videos, and where's it going? What's it actually been doing? I mean, there's a couple of people out there that I know, yeah. But even at that. And then nonsense like this, you know. Do you know what sports is? Yeah, it's just entertainment. You got these guys out there. Oh, I can't wait till Sunday, man. My favorite, you know, my favorite teams are you know, fighting each other. You know, I don't watch sports anymore because I realize the stupidity behind it. When I can predict who is going to win. I mean, it got really bad when I started predicting, you know, the winners of NASCAR races. Yeah, that got to be really stupid there. I mean, and all these safety measures in sports nowadays and all that. Screw that. Man, they're going on and on about, you know, this CMT with football players. Well, you know what? Maybe it's the protective gear that you actually have these guys out there carrying around with them and whatnot. You know, make it real sporting events. Screw all the safety and measures with all the padding and the helmets and no. Make them boys out, get them out there earning their money. You know, it's just like how I feel about law enforcement. You know, with how they are so scared. You know, they actually train people to be so fearful as law enforcement officers by having them gear up with you know their soldier equipment today. What do you think? You know, so many people are getting shot by the police today. It's because of their training. They are trained that the common man is the enemy. Now you think about that. And military. You got to understand the factors of programming, okay? And, you know, through this nonsense here, we are all being programmed. You want to see some further evidence? 1972, this book came out. Subliminal Seduction. Okay, now it says here, right on the cover, are you being sexually aroused by this picture? Okay, now what this is talking about is the factor of how advertising, okay? Advertising and how, gee, media advice, okay? This is a book about how your brain, your mind, is programmed through sources like this. Okay? Mainstream media. Why is it that whenever they show weather segments, that what you see down here in the crawl disappears? You see this on ABC News, Good Morning America, all the time. You know, they have this crawl down here at the bottom that's running nonstop until what? Oh, the weather segment. They really want you to focus on the weather and nothing else at that time period. Why? Why? Yeah, it's good information to know what the weather, you know, the weather predictions and all that. But why do they want you to focus so much on the weather to where they're taking, you know, all this information down at the bottom here, your headline news crawl and all that. Yeah. That's why they call it subliminal seduction. And that is programming. Alright? But people just don't understand this stuff. Why? Because nobody is thinking for themselves anymore, and it takes people like me to come out with, you know, what others view as being stupid content. Well, those that think that, there you go. Go ahead. Believe in the afterlife like that, if that's what you want to believe in. Yeah, ooh. Okay. And I don't care what anybody thinks about this. This is... have you noticed recently? You know who's behind mainstream media, right? Okay? You know why they're reporting on shootings so much, right? Well, in that realm of topic, there is no more defenders of your pew pew rights. Alright, well, the weather's coming on, so we don't want to see that, and I guess I've rambled on enough, you know. And, yeah. Well, until I get some other things taken care of, I'm not planning on doing any more narrating. Nobody wants to listen to my talk anyway, so, you know, like I said earlier, screw it. Yeah.